Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Honish Report. My name is Lee Honish. Welcome to the third straight week of speakers from my Monster Marketing Summit, right? We work specifically with homeowners that have missed payments. I'm sure you have by now watched a Monster Marketing video or watched a webinar. If you want to find out more based on the commercials or anything you're about to hear, just go to honish.com. You can actually watch past speakers from the events. You can download PowerPoints. We basically work with distressed homeowners, people who've missed payments, right? We show you how to get in front of them. We show you how to convert them and how you can help them out of their house, take care of their debts, and get a listing and help people get in. This week, my speaker is 25-plus year veteran Elgin Walker. He is out in the Santa Clarita area. He is an expert with the San Fernando, Santa Clarita, Antelope Valley area. He is a multiple award winner from Keller Williams. All you got to do is look up the Elgin Walker team, and you can find out more information. He is one of my closing speakers at the event. It is one of my privileges and honor to introduce here, quickly, one of the standout speakers from my event, Elgin Walker. So after these brief commercial breaks, Elgin Walker. So enjoy.
LasVegasDiscount.net's the best there is. Save up to 50% on your next Vegas trip. And travel, rental, shows, and tours. Find the deals you're looking for. LasVegasDiscount.net. LasVegasDiscount.net. If you're going to Vegas for deals that are the best, visit LasVegasDiscount.net.
Are you a real estate agent, realtor, investor, or are you in the real estate business and you need new listings and deals? We have a solution for you, and that solution has guaranteed results. How much would you pay to get face-to-face with a homeowner that wants to sell their home? What if you also got their email address and daytime phone number? And what if this homeowner also scheduled you to come to their door at a set time to meet with you? Sound too good to be true? It isn't. And it is 100% guaranteed for you to meet face-to-face with a real homeowner who really needs to sell their home. Not only will you get this remarkable contact system and its 100% guarantee, at no additional charge, you will get weekly coaching, documents, and training on how to get that homeowner and convert them into a new listing. When you purchase, you'll also get a one-on-one walkthrough so that you can start using the system today. Visit www.thelistingmonster.com. That's www.thelistingmonster.com. Or call Diana Ortiz at 213-706-0040. Stop wasting time the old way. Use a Monster and get actual results today.
And knowing me for a while. You guys probably have no idea. This is like the most kindest, gentler Lee Honish that you're going to ever see. If you guys right now think that I want you to understand how the improvements have been made with this guy. So I started with Lee, right? And I had wrote Lee a check for the Monster. Wrote him a check for the Monster. He already knows what I'm saying. I wrote him a check, and I made the mistake of calling him and asking him a question. I mean, it was a question. I mean, like, hey man, where'd I get the tags from? You don't like my system? He'll give you your money back. I was like, well, damn, I didn't. You know, and it started from there. I will tell you guys that for those of you either who have not signed up for the Monster, not started the Monster, do anything like that, and in your mind, you're asking yourself, does this really work? Because it seems so easy, right? Well, it's not easy, but it is simple. And just like everything else, it will work as long as you guys do. Just like any other system. So I'm not going to talk to you about Monster. Lee told me to come up here and talk to you about how to make a whole bunch of money on Zillow. And I had a hard time saying that. No, that's not what I'm here for. No, that's not what I'm here for. You're like, what? That's a quick change. No. So a little bit about myself is this in November, Lord willing, This will be my 31st year selling real estate. And my more accomplishment that I like to talk about is in November will also be the 31st year that I've been married to the same person. And yeah, you can clap for that because she put up with me for a while now. I tease her over and over. I say, you know what? When I talk about it on stage now, I tell people I take congratulations and condolences because it has been a while, right? And my other biggest accomplishment is we have 3 children. And that's part of why I do what I do. I would tell you that, particularly in this business, you need a big why. You need a big why. You need a reason to get up and do the things that we need to do, get up, and to do the work that we need to do. I think that most of us, at least I can speak for myself, you got into this business with maybe some sort of a pre-notion of what you really do. Like I know when I got into the business, and again, remember this was 31 years ago, so when I got into business, a lockbox really was a lockbox. There was a lock and there was a box. When I got into the business, you did not see your MLS stuff. There was no internet. We had an office meeting on how to use a fax machine. And the fax, and when I originally started, a fax on an offer was not considered legal. And you remember when you had the faxes when the paper would disappear. And so, I mean, I've been doing this for a while. There was no HGTV and all of that, right? But I thought that once you got into real estate, you drive around, show a couple of pretty houses, and you go and you sell something, and everything you sell, you make $1 million. I mean, that's what I thought. I was like, man, this real estate, I can't wait for it. This is absolutely has to be the least sexiest business on the planet. I mean, there's just nothing fun about negotiating a termite. There's you know, that day when the appraisal doesn't come in, that day when you have all of the things that we have to deal with on an ongoing basis, it's just not necessarily the most fun thing. I mean, does anybody hear me with that? I mean, really, you know? I'll tell you guys a quick story. Is that this was like maybe 8-9 years ago, whatever it was. And we started the year off pretty strong. We started off in January, and from between January 1st and the end of January, we opened 9 escrows like that. 9 escrows like that. And when I say 9 escrows, when I say we at the time was my wife. My wife is also a realtor now, so we work as a team. And it appears to be a much larger team than it is, but it's really just us. And we opened 9 escrows. So just imagine you got 9 escrows going. You're never supposed to cash your checks, right, in your mind because you haven't gotten them. You're never supposed to do that. But we do that, right? So, you know, first week, some problem comes up, had an escrow fall out, and you don't want anything to fall out, but you think, okay, what's the big deal? I got 8 more, right? No big deal. Next week, a couple more fall out. Y'all see where I'm going with this, right? And you're still not sweating. I got 5-6 escrows. I got whatever, you know. And now, of course, my time has been eaten up because I'm not doing what you're supposed to do to generate leads, to get appointments, to blah blah blah, and all of that good stuff, right? Because you're thinking, I got 9 escrows. I got 9 escrows, man. We're on our way to the Bahamas after the end of the first quarter. This is all good. The next thing you know, 6 fall apart. It's still January. 7 fall apart. Believe it or not, all 9 escrows fell apart. So how many of you guys would have just slit your wrist or hung yourself or went to McDonald's or something? I'll just work Fridays. Well, see, guess what? Mr. Visa was still coming. You know, Mr. Mortgage payment was still coming. Those 3 kids that I'm so proud of right now were still hungry. And my wife's looking at me like, you gonna do something, right? And that's where your big whys come in. Believe it or not, that was probably the year right before I met Lee. And one of the things that I had done at that particular time was join the Monster. I joined the Monster because I looked at that as an opportunity to basically, in an inexpensive way, meet more people and do something a little bit different than what everybody else was doing. when I looked at the program and I would hear Lee, I was thinking like, man, this is crazy. This isn't going to work. This is kooky. I mean, dude is nuts. I ain't nobody doing. I ain't putting no tags on nobody's house. I mean, you hear what he just said? He run past people and slap a tag. Can you? I want nobody slapping no tag on my house, right? This stuff works. This stuff did work, and part of that became a part of our business model, which put us back into position to be whatever we are or are not today, depending on, some people call it successful, and whatever it is, it's enough to sustain our family. And that's really what our goal is. My big why, what keeps me going, what kept me going from 9 escrows that fell apart, is I wanted to be the person in my family that started some sort of a legacy. And legacy doesn't necessarily mean money. Legacy means that there are too many people, I feel, that even with good intentions of their parents, start off worse than what they're. My parents love them to death. Good people, even though my dad just came to, I'll talk about that later. But my dad just came to live with me. I had lived with Mr. Walker since I was 19. I'm a long way from 19. But, so that's a story within a story, right? But I want there to come a time where my great grandchildren will say, hey, that Elgin guy, he did something good for our family. One of the first things for us, and part of that legacy was, for whatever reasons, there had been no one in my family, my immediate family, or my wife's immediate family, that had the ability, for whatever reason, to graduate from college. I have a daughter who will be 26 in a few weeks, who is graduating from USC's graduate school. She will be the first Dr. Walker. I have twin boys that are 23 years old that have both graduated from college. So, first part of that legacy block is built, because guess what? As the rest of our children come up, there's another, or their children come up, there's another example for them. I'm the first person, my wife and I, in our family, to own multiple pieces of real estate. At best, there was a home owned, which was like the home I grew up in, but there were areas back then at the time where my family came from where they were not allowed to purchase real estate. One of my goals right now is I'm in escrow on a property in another state that we weren't allowed to purchase it, which is how my family came to California, because they only wanted to own a house. What's your big why? So when your escrows fall apart, when your situation, like the day you don't want to get up and go tag for the monster, whatever it is, what will propel you to move forward? What here will get you going no matter what? Because you got to remember, as you guys all know, we're commissioned people, right? We're commissioned people. You got in this business saying, you know what, I want to be my own boss, and I want my own hours, and I want my own schedule. You didn't know that your own schedule was all day, every day. Right? You didn't know that your time is based upon the time when your buyers want to see the property, when your sellers need you, and that's 24/7. Because when do your sellers and your buyers call you? They call you when they're off. I'm thinking like, I'm off too. We're supposed to be off, right? So, the 3 things I'm going to touch on, though, today is, one, we're going to talk a little bit about, in different detail, and David went into all this. David's hard to follow. Because, like, he's Mr. Everything. He got, like, 55 businesses, and he's up here talking about he's making $1 trillion a week. But it's okay. Dude, I ain't making $1 trillion a week. We'll go under that. No, but seriously, he's very hard to follow because he's I have not met anybody that does Lee's program better than David does. And advocating for him, I have done a couple of transactions with him and Davis myself, where they actually, so the stuff they're telling you, they really do. And I've experienced that. So we're going to talk about your mindset a little bit. We're also going to talk about follow-up, and we're going to talk a little bit about your database. Now, we're going to talk about some of these things a little bit different than the stuff that you've already heard. There's nothing else I can give you on top of what they are giving you about the actual monster product. They're better at that. But I think that I can add some value to you for some of the